Tartan started 6 years ago. Originally it was started up by the museum to be part of Tartan Week, and Tartan Week was devised by the Business Association as a way of enlivening the town and the community over the winter and bringing people in and supporting businesses through the slow time. So the museum staff, it was Patsy Montgomery and Joe Spring at the time, came up with this idea of a wearable arts thing, and it was positioned to provide the kind of big bang at the end of Tartan Week. As a director, I love to see older people on the stage, as well as the kids. I love to be able to get people up there, then people can see themselves. So I've also worked really hard to bring in a Māori perspective, so that we are starting to reflect our contemporary community as well as our historical roots, bringing in other stories. And I have this thing about this community and its heritage, because it was settled by an intact community of Scots who came via Nova Scotia, and they had this whole thing about working together. And that idea about a community working together to achieve something for its own good has really stayed alive in this community. And so I see Art in Tartan as being really an expression of that heritage.
You see all these people behind the scenes and they're just doing it for the love of it. You know? It's great.
Once people get involved and get backstage and so on, they don't want to give it up because it is such fun.
The bug bites you, of course it does with this sort of thing. And so I came across and said, well, I'm going to do a sporran. And headed on to my sporran, and Colin says, oh well, if we're going to do one, we may as well do two.
So the Jester came to being, and planning for a start, a lot of planning, and then just lots and lots of hours.
Many hours of work, but very rewarding, and such a great thing to enter into, just so much fun.
One of the biggest changes from the beginning, from the very first show to what we're seeing now, is the complexity and quality of the entries. We've always had some standout entries. We've always had, some fabulous stuff coming forward. But what we're now seeing is that the overall standard of artwork has developed.
You imagine something in your head, and that's a simple idea, and then when you're finished, well, I'm happy with this plane because it looked like it did in my head. The problem solving is pretty fun as well.
We're really keen to try and reach out to new people, encourage them to be part of what we're doing here with Art in Tartan, so that we are getting newcomers to embrace the values of our community and to be part of WAIPU.